Hey everybody, welcome back. So these days, many of us are trying to be more intentional with who we support with our spending habits. And that can cover everything from what we're wearing to the products that we use and even what we eat and drink.
So today we're highlighting diverse winemakers from across Canada with Natalie MacLean, who offers Canada's most popular online wine classes. Hi, Natalie.
Hey, Mel, Lainey, it's so great to be back with you ladies. And I agree, you vote with your dollars. And so I'm really excited to share some incredible stories about these winemakers and their wines today.
We're excited to hear them and to sample. These are going to be stories about these winemakers. So let's get started on the West Coast in BC. What winery are you taking us to?
Okay, so we're starting with Inchmead Cellars, and it is the first Indigenous-owned winery in North America. Now, Inchmead means bottomland because the vineyards are planted along the southern tip of the Sonoran Desert, the warmest, driest part of Canada, which is ideal for creating wines of concentrated flavor. And winemaker and the Soyuz band member, Justin Hall's respect for the land where he was born really comes through in the wines that he makes. You know, at first he thought he wanted to be a mechanic, but after spending just a few days as a cellar hand at Inchmead, he discovered his passion for winemaking and is now the estate winemaker.
What a cool story. Okay, we want to see what Justin has been up to. So what have you brought for us to taste from the winery?
Well, I'd like you folks to taste Justin's robust, concentrated, Quemquemt Cabernet Sauvignon. Now, Quemquemt isn't it marvelous? In the Okanagan language, spoken by the Osoyoos Indian band, means achieving excellence. And so this wine, isn't that a knockout? I mean, you get blackberries, you get cassis and spice. Now, this wine is made from grapes grown on 40-year-old vines, which is going to concentrate them even further. So this is their most distinctive line of wines that they make.
That is beautiful. I wish we could spend more time just on that one. That was stunning. That was a great start, Nat. Okay, so let's move on to another winery in BC. So where are you taking us to next?
Sure. Howard Soon is head winemaker at Vanessa Vineyards and BC's Similkameen Valley after spending 37 years with another terrific BC winery, Sandhill Wines. Howard is the son of a shopkeeper who emigrated from southern China to BC in the 1880s, and he is the first winemaker in the province to win a gold medal at the World Chardonnay competition. As well, in 2019, he was called to the Order of Canada by the Governor General.
Wow, that is fascinating. And so Howard has created, obviously, some award-winning wines. Which one are we getting a sample of today?
Well, you're in for another treat. So Vanessa Vineyards Syrah is made from the same clone or grape that they use in the Rhone Valley in France. And he also adds just a splash of Viognier, a white grape, to give it this lovely floral lift. It's full-bodied, it's smooth, it's like liquid velvet. You've got ripe blackberry and spice. Yeah, you getting that?
It's spicy.
Yeah, it's got a spice too.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, beautiful wine.
Okay, so that was British Columbia. We are now going to head east to Nova Scotia. Who are we talking about here?
All right, so after completing her degree at Bombay University in India, Avila Coutinho emigrated to Nova Scotia when she was just 19 years old. Then she had a 25-year career in finance, and she and her husband, Louis, purchased the Avondale Sky Winery and Restaurant in 2018. Now they run it as a family business along with their sons, Sean and Carl, and their wives. Now, there's a really great story here, ladies. The Avondale Sky Winery once walked on water. So it was formerly built as a church in 1837, but when Avila and her family found out it was slated for destruction, they decided to buy it and convert it into a winery. But the catch was that the church was 42 kilometers away from where the vines were planted. So they lifted this church off its original location, took it to the shorefront of the Bay of Fundy, put it on a ferry, floated it down the Bay of Fundy, the world's highest tides, to its current location. And, you know, it's a miracle, ladies, that not one pane of the stained glass broke.
Oh my gosh, I love that story
Divine
so much.
intervention.
Divine intervention. Is the wine as divine? We're going to get into that, but we also love this story. They have a mascot at their winery named Vino.
Look at him. Oh my gosh. So, ladies, not only is he the mascot, but his official title is head of marketing. Don't you love that?
It's so cheesy. I love it. Okay, let's get drinking.
Only dog owners and lovers can appreciate that. Everybody else is
Exactly.
rolling their eyes.
It's true. It's true. Okay, so let's get to a sample from Avondale Sky Winery. What do you have for us?
Sure. So the Tidal Bay wine is a style that's unique to Nova Scotia. It's a blend of highly aromatic grapes, low in alcohol, just 11%, and yet has this crisp, racy acidity that makes it a beautiful match, right, for Atlantic seafood.
Yes.
Yeah. And in fact, Avondale offers dining on the ocean floor. So this is a multi-course seafood feast prepared by a local chef, paired with their wines, of course, literally on the ocean floor while the tide is out. This is one dinner where your guests aren't going to overstay. They'll know when to go because their shoes are getting wet. No, just kidding.
Okay, we have traveled far and wide across this country. Why don't we come back to Ontario? We've got the next interesting winemaker story here.
You bet. So Steve Byfield is the son of Jamaican immigrants, and he is the owner and winemaker of Nare Cellars. And the name Nare is derived from the South African Shona dialect, meaning humility. And I would say that really does describe Steve Byfield himself. He was born in Kitchener, Ontario, and he started off pursuing a career as a music educator. But in his first year of university, he started working in the industry, eventually moved to Southbrook Winery for 5 years. And then in 2008, he created Nare Cellars. And this is a virtual winery, ladies. So they don't own their own vineyards or winery building, but they contract with top-notch Niagara growers and winemaking facilities. And the result is his wines have won numerous awards.
Oh, can't wait to sample this. Which one of Steve's wines are we tasting here?
Sure. It's the Folklore sparkling wine, which is inspired by Italian Spumante wines. And so it's got these lovely aromas of orange zest.
This one's for me.
Peach and floral. I'm glad you found your wine. And Steve says it was crafted in honor, right? In honor of his ancestors' struggles, their hardships and sacrifices. And he invites us to raise a glass with him and to celebrate our own family memories and folklore.
Oh, cheers to that.
Smells amazing.
This is, you want to almost dip your finger in and then like wear a little bit?
Okay, we're going to end on another winemaker from Ontario with a great name. This wine, who is it?
Yes, okay, so this wine is made by Shiraz Motier, who was born and raised in Fergus, Ontario. His parents emigrated from South Africa to Canada. And he was a member of the first graduating class of Brock University's Honors Enology and Viticulture degree in 2000. He went to work as a cellar hand at Malavar shortly after that, and today he is the head winemaker. In 2017, he was named Winemaker of the Year at the Ontario Wine Awards in recognition of his contributions to the industry.
All right, and we said it. Ladybug Rosé, cutest name on the block. Let's give it a taste.
Oh my gosh. So this cheerful little red beetle crawling across the label represents the sustainable farming philosophy of Shiraz and owner Martin Malavar. So what happens to combat destructive insects, you're loving it, aren't you? So to combat those destructive insects, they release ladybugs into the vineyard. They eat the bad bugs, as opposed to using insecticides, which would kill all bugs, good and bad, and then that would leave the vineyard more vulnerable to pests the following year. So it's a very sustainable, organic approach. And this wine, if you'll maybe agree with me, offers you aromas of sun-dappled strawberries, melon, and peach, and just happiness, I think.
Oh my gosh. Happiness is this segment. Natalie, we love these amazing Canadian winemakers, their stories, their wines. I've been blown away by this. Personally.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, personally, one of my favorite
diversity
segments.
of wines, the backstories, terrific.
Yeah,
really
amen to that. And why don't we end this with a cheers, Nat? Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And everybody,
I've got such a choice here.
You do. Cheers to you. Thank you so much. We'll be back right after this.
Cheers. Bye, Mel, baby.